أعوذ بالله السميع العليم من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله صلى الله وسلم وبارك على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم تسليما كثيرا إلى يوم الدين وبعد. Let's continue inshallah with the legal maxims, القواعد الفقهية. And we stopped last time with line number 5. So we're going to start inshallah. He said اعلم هديت أن أفضل المنن علم يزيل الشك عنك والدرن. He says, no, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guide you that the best of blessings of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is a knowledge that removes doubts away from you and sins. Okay, we spoke about that, alhamdulillah. قال ويكشف الحق لذي القلوب ويوصل العبد إلى المطلوب. He said ويكشف الحق لذي القلوب. And this knowledge would remove or would clarify or expose the truth to the hearts, and it will make you reach, the beneficial knowledge will make you reach al-matlub, the goal that you're looking for. كان النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم يقول اهدني لما اختلف فيه من الحق بإذنك. Oh Allah, guide me to what people have differ upon, and that is from the truth, of course. So here the Shaykh said, we spoke about this part. Okay, number 7, line number 7. قال, does everybody has the poem? Yeah? No? في الجروب بتاع الأخوات. Yeah? Huh? Can someone resend it? Now, inshallah, maybe she could have it with her. يقول فاحرص على فهمك للقواعد جامعة المسائل الشوارد. He said فاحرص, safeguard your understanding of the principles, okay, that regulates or regulations that gathers the question and exceptions. So the point here is to understand the fundamentals, not to memorize them. Okay? Even though if you do memorize them, it is, of course, it is better. But the most important part is that you are in understanding of the qawaid, those principles that we will be discussing, inshallah Rabbul Alameen. So you will not be able to benefit mostly from fiqh unless you do understand these qawaid, these fundamentals and these principles. So you could gather fiqh in an easy way or understand fiqh in an easy way, because we already spoke about the qaida al-fiqhiyya, or the legal maxims, is not specifically talking about one chapter. It is talking about multiple chapters, okay, under one qaida or one fundamental, like we're gonna speak about inshallah. قال فترقى في العلم خير مرتقى وتقتفي سبل الذي قد وفق. He said, if you do that, then you progress in your knowledge and you follow the path of those who have succeeded before you, or those who are successful. So the more you understand, the more you elevate your rank in knowledge, the more you become more successful in your deen, and so on. The principles are so many, but it's easy, inshallah, to combine all of them and maybe gather some of them together as some of the qawaid, inshallah. قال فتقتفي, and you should follow the footstep of those who came before you. Why? Because those who came before you, al-isnadu min ad-din, our deen comes through what? Chains. We don't just, we imitate the ones who came before us when it comes to knowledge by following their examples and what they lead us to in their understanding. So nobody will come today and say, I don't like the qaida that says إنما الأعمال بالنيات, and I'm gonna come up with my own fundamental. You just say, it's just ruining the job of 1400 years of scholarly work that It was for all of it for the deen of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. قال فهذه أو وهذه قواعد نظمتها من كتب أهل العلم قد حصلتها. Look at the Shaykh, he said, for indeed those are principles that I poemed, okay, قواعد, the fundamentals, من كتب أهل العلم. طبعا the word قواعد is an indefinite. Those who speak Arabic, I know this. It always kicks people off when I speak Arabic about something. People are like, what are you talking about? But inshallah, it'll be easy to, if you study a little bit of Arabic, it's beneficial to understand the deen. النكرة في سياق الإثبات, an indefinite in affirmation, okay? Any indefinite word, when it comes to affirm something, then it means what? That this thing is general, okay? النكرة في سياق الإثبات تكون عامة عموم الأوصاف. يعني everything under these fundamentals or comes under these fundamentals are not just legal maxims, because he's going to mention some of the usul too, some of the principles of fiqh. Not only legal maxims, but principles of fiqh. So he's saying, قال وهذه قواعد نظمتها. What should he have said if it was only legal maxims? Huh? وهذه القواعد, the principles. So he said وهذه قواعد. So nobody could come and say, well, the Shaykh only mentioned قواعد فقهية. لا, the Shaykh mentioned قواعد فقهية, legal maxims, and he also mentioned what? قواعد أصولية, some principles that we will mention inshallah Rabbul Alameen. He said, I gathered these قواعد or these principles from the books of the people of knowledge who came before me. يعني he read books, and this is actually to give credit, okay, to the ones who came before you. It's always good to do that. That's why you guys learn at school too. If you're writing, come on, this is illegal now. If you're writing something like a what do you guys call it? Like an essay or something like that, and you reference, you have to mention your reference, or else it is considered to be what? Huh? And then you're gonna get into trouble. We used to do that. Even if you change words, okay? So he said, I didn't come up with this. Like, I didn't invent these principles. They gathered from the people of the book. And this is the barakah of ilm. Barakatul ilmi an yunsaba ila ahli. The barakah of knowledge, that you refer it to the ones who said it. Okay? قال جزاهم المولى عظيم الأمر أو عظيم الأجر والعفو مع غفرانه والبر. He says, may Allah reward them greatly or grant them the greatest of reward and pardon them with His forgiveness and goodness. Allahumma ameen ya Rabb. So this is the intro. Let's get into the قواعد inshallah. So he said, these قواعد, these principles, I have mentioned it to you for you to understand the legal maxims. And we said these قواعد are referring back to 5. So write them down. I'm just going to make it easy for you right now. Every qaida that is going to come, inshallah, and anybody who answers a question gets a gift today, by the way. No. Even if it doesn't smell good, it's okay. It's your luck, whatever you, okay? Huh? There's money inside? Allah, bismillah, here you go. Your first shot. See if there's money inside. Okay, so he said, okay, what are the 5 qawa'id, just to make it easy, that it's agreed upon among the scholars. Okay, every madhab agrees upon these 5. Number 1, إِنَّمَا الْأَعْمَالُ بِالنِّيَّاتِ. Okay, all actions are by intention. That's number 1. Number 2, الضَّرَرُ يُزَالُ. The harm must be removed. Or no harm, meaning you don't cause harm to anybody. الضَّرَرُ يُزَالُ. Number 3, العادة محكمة. Okay, العادة محكمة. That the customs or the tradition or the custom is a source of law. You use it as a source of law. Okay? So how many so far? 3. Number 1? Huh? actions are by intention. Number 2 الأولى إيه؟ الأمور بمقاصدها أو إنما الأعمال بالنيات. رقم 2 number 2 is what? Harm should be removed. الضرر يزال. لا ضرر ولا ضرار. That's number 2. We're going to explain each قاعدة with a lot of examples so we could actually apply it into fiqh. Number 3 العادة محكمة. Custom is used as source of law when it doesn't contradict, of course. Okay? No. العرف. نعم. العرف أو العادة both. Already said العرف is what? Culture. العادة is customs. Okay? Number 4 المشقة تجلب التيسير. Hardship brings about ease. Okay? Hardship brings about ease. That's number 4. Why are you not writing? You're not going to get them. No way. Oh, ماشي. Okay, ماشي. Recording is good. You're going to go back to the recording? ماشي. I'm not reading. I'm reading from here. That's not in the book. That's why I'm giving it to you. The book is only giving you the principles. I'm giving you the explanation. There is no explanation in the book. So this book right here is just, I sent you this, right? The 23, the 27. These are just the principles. So I'm giving you the 5 principles, but I'm going to explain them. It's only 1 page. There's no explanation here. There's no book that explains fully. So I'm just giving you the 5 to memorize. Number 5 is اليقين لا يزول بالشك. That certainty is not removed by doubt. Okay, these are the 5 agreed upon. Okay, so in your book it will be number 1. Okay, number 4, number 7, number 8. لا.
Based on certainty.
That's number 7.
That's number 8 on the PDF.
And then number 13. Okay, and number 13. Okay, so these are the 5 agreed upon principles. Okay, طيب, let's take number 1 inshallah. Bismillah. Let's start inshallah. قال ونية شرط لسائر العمل بها الصلاح والفساد للعمل. He said ونية, intention is a condition for all actions. Okay, with it, يعني meaning with intention, it determines the validity of the action or the corruption of each act. So intention is a must. Okay, even in the Hanafi madhab, by the way, because a lot of people think the Hanafi madhab doesn't allow it. They say it's okay, not intention. We're going to explain what do the Hanafi scholars say about intention that is related to the means of the actions, or to the purpose of the actions, or to the actions itself. Okay, we're going to explain the difference so you don't get confused when they tell you if you jump into the swimming pool, you don't need an intention. Okay, it is correct, okay, in a sense for the Ahnaf, but that doesn't apply to tayammum, for example, or even parts of salah. Okay, so you have to differentiate between the means to the action and the action itself. We'll talk about that inshallah. So he said waniyatun, intention. So let me ask you a question. Anybody know what an intention means? What's an intention? Intention is a condition for all actions. This is from the hadith of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam that says what? MashaAllah. I can't throw with my right. So intention, Rasulullah said all actions are judged by intention. Meaning what? Meaning that every action that you do, okay, is based upon your intention that you had for it. So the action is either considered to be correct or incorrect based upon the intention. The acceptance is from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Let's not talk about the acceptance. We're talking about whether the action is valid or corrupted. Okay. Now, intention differentiates between what? Act of worship and customs. For example, عبادات and عادات. النية تفرق بينهما. Okay. مثلا زكاة. You gave $1,000 and you have 5,000 in the bank. If you have $5,000 in the bank, how much is your zakah? I know nobody's going to answer. So I don't know. You guys have 5,000. You need to give part of it to me, inshallah. No, you don't have? Allah bless you, inshallah, soon. You don't have one? Here you go. This is a replacement of the 5,000. Huh? 5,000 is 2.5. Come? 125? 125. Like this person gave 1,000 out. Did he cover his zakah or no? He did, because the amount covered it. Now we have to go back and ask, when he gave that $1,000, did he intend to give zakah or not? If he say, no, I gave it as a gift, but later on I knew that my zakah was 125, so I'm going to count that 125 from that 1,000 that I gave. We say what? No. So intention differentiate between what? Acts of worship, okay? The aada and the ibadah. Even in reward, okay? That the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam mentioned, mentioned that in the ahadith. So al-umuru bimaqasidiha, al-umuru يعني the actions are by what you intend, by what you mean to intend. Is that clear, inshallah? Okay, so intention is very important. طيب. What do we intend in our life? عندنا أمور مقصودة. ما هي الأمور المقصودة؟ عندنا مقصودان. We have two intended actions. بسم الله ها. خدي عشان ما تقعديش تشميها، خدي يا ستي يلا هنيئا. نعم ها. لا in general, not specific action, overall rule ها. So you could focus with the. يعني we intend two things in life in general. لا. ها. لا. Give me the perfume back. لا. خلاص don't throw back. بسم الله. ها. الأمور تنقسم إلى قسمين. مقصود فعله ومقصود تركه. There is a meant to do and a meant to prevent. We are commanded to do things and we are commanded to what? Prevent things, not to do things. Is that clear now? Here you go. Can we focus now on the class? Bismillah. Okay. So anything that you intend to do, you're commanded to do, you must have an intention. طيب, what are you commanded to do? Give me example. بسرعة. ها. صلاة. ها. صيام. Hajj. So if you want to have the reward for it, you're commanded to do it, then you have to have what? An intention. نية. طيب. Things that you are commanded to prevent. ما يقصد تركه. I'm going to give you an easy example so we could be clear. مثلا najasa, impurity. You are commanded to do what? To make sure that your clothes, your hands, your body, the place where you pray is what? Is tahir, pure. طيب. So you have to prevent yourself from having what? Impurity. Good. What if a person had impurity on his hands and he didn't know, and he went and he washed it off? Now this person did not intend to do what? To remove the impurity. صح, هو لم ينوي إزالة النجاسة. But he did remove the impurity. Is that accepted or not? Valid ولا لا? No نية. لا, حتى لو عالم. هو he washed the najasa off, not for salah, not to remove impurity, not to become clean. He removed it unintentionally كمان. يعني he removed it unintentionally. لا. ها؟ أيوة. في الترك, prevention does not need intention. مثلا, you have a thobe, okay, that has najasa, impurity. You hang it outside in your balcony if you have one. Rain came down, washed it off. You didn't wash it off. You didn't intend to wash it off, but it became clean at the end. This cloth is clean or not clean? Clean, tahir. Okay, so when do we need an intention then? Huh? In actions that you're commanded to do. وضحت هذه ولا لا؟ طيب. الثواب بقى needs intention. يعني مثلا if I remove the impurity from my clothes with an intention that I'm gonna do salah, then I'm gonna get rewarded for that. لكن احنا بنتكلم الآن على الصحة, whether it's valid or not. So this impurity is clean, the cloth is clean or not? Clean, خلاص, then it's clean. واضح كده؟ Somebody lend you money. Somebody lend you money. $1,000. And then you lend somebody else $1,000. This person transfer you the $1,000. You transferred by mistake to the person that you owed $1,000 to. You call him and say, "Oh, I didn't mean to sell you the money. Can you please send it back?" He said, "Khalas, the money is here, alhamdulillah." Did it pay off your debt or no? But you didn't do it. You didn't intend to, but it did the action. You understand that? Khalas? Why? Because it did the action that you're supposed to. فبرئت به الإيه؟ الذمة. الأجر, الثواب, the reward now, as something completely different. Thawab is giving based upon what? النية, intention. Is that clear now so far? We're good? Right. So النية هي قصد الطاعة والتقرب إلى الله عز وجل بإيجاد الفعل أو الامتناع عنه. نية, intention, is to get closer to do the action out of the obedience of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala by performing the action or preventing yourself from an action that Allah has prevented you from. Okay? And intention, just a few things about intention because we want to move on a little faster. A few things before intention, that intention is either before the action or during the starting of the action. You do need an intention. يعني مثلا الصلاة. How could the intention be before salah? Huh? ماشي الوضوء. Huh? Before salah يعني مثلا could be 15 minutes before salah that you're ready to get salah to the salah. Or you could start the intention when? At the time of salah during takbiratul ihram, before takbiratul ihram. الصيام. الصيام from the night all the way to Fajr. Or right at Fajr time, you could have the intention before the adhan of Fajr. So it is before the action or right at the starting of the action. That's why the ulama said this hadith, إِنَّمَا الْأَعْمَالُ بِالنِّيَّاتِ, is considered to be 1/4 or 1/3 of knowledge. Why? Because 1/3 of the deen in fiqh evolves around all actions are judged by intention. Salah, siyam, hajj, zakah, ibadat, everything, mu'amalat, contracts, divorce and marriage, and so on and so forth. Everything needs an intention for that. No. Yes.
If you, I've heard that sometimes some people in the morning they found that they have nothing to eat, they decide, okay, I'm going to fast.
That's in the voluntarily fast. It's a different story. Voluntarily fast is different. We're talking about obligations.
If it's a command, like you have to do, you need to have an intention before the action or right.
Yes. Yes. يعني مثلا you cannot say Allahu Akbar, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Then you're like, I didn't pray Dhuhr or Asr. So which one is that going to be? Let me just make it Dhuhr. خلاص ما هو لأنه I'm going to pray Dhuhr. You can't do that. Is that clear? You cannot do that. Well, for sunnah, you're going to intend it in your heart anyway, because if you're praying a sunnah, in the heart, you're praying a sunnah. But fard has to be specified by the heart. Okay? يعني مثلا, you come in, the imam is praying asr, and you did not pray dhuhr. You're going to join the imam with what? If you take of course, we're talking about based upon the opinion. If you're going to pray with him, what? Asr, 4 rak'ah, that does count as dhuhr. It has to do with your intention. What did you intend to do? So if you started with the imam with an intention that it's asr, you cannot come in the middle of the salah or even at the beginning of salah after Allahu Akbar and say what? Oh, I didn't pray dhuhr, so this is going to be dhuhr. You're switching the intention. You lose both. You lose both. واضح كده؟ نعم. You can do that. Yes, you can. Yes. Okay. So he said, okay. So the niyyah of the person, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will judge the niyyah of the person. So the niyyah of the person is an intention in the heart. An intention in the heart. A thought to the heart that you're going to be doing something. And you don't need to pronounce it except in 2 cases بس. النية التلف. طبعا الشافعي رحمه الله تعالى takes the opinion that it's a sunnah. It's recommended to do the intention out loud. All the other madhahib says the intention is in the heart. You don't need to say, I am going to pray for rak'ah salat al-maghrib, salat al-isha in Davis Masjid with Imam Ammar at 9 o'clock. مش عارف إيه. You don't need any of that. You just start in your heart. Except in 2 actions. Anybody know what are the 2 actions? Huh? Okay, Bismillah. Umrah before Hajj. ولا Hajj before Umrah. يلا سبحان الله X. What are we going to do? Huh? Al-Hajj wal-Umrah and huh? No. Because that's a contract. Huh?
Going to war, like.
No. What are you going to say? I'm going to go and fight? No. No, that one is very careful. Be careful on that one. We're going to get to it right now.
Is it command?
Yeah. Something that is coming up very soon. And we're going to celebrate it. الذبيحة. الذبح. يلا حظك انت مستنيها انا عارف مستنيها انت من بالك. No, not plain right. You say اللهم إن هذا منك وإليك عني وعن أهل بيتي. This is oh Allah from me to you. Okay, from you to you. And this came from you. You blessed me with it, and I'm going to give it back to you. Subhanallah. You slaughter for Allah, and this is for me and my family, on behalf of my family. Because when you go to Umrah or Hajj, you say Allahumma labbaika Hajj, Allahumma labbaika Umrah, or Allahumma labbaika Umrah on behalf of somebody. So that's when you order the intention is during these 2 actions. Everything else, there's no need to order the intention. You just start. You came home to the masjid at Maghrib time to do what? Bas. And you don't need to say to Allah, I came to pray Maghrib. قُلْ أَتُعَلِّمُونَ اللَّهَ بِدِينِكُمْ. Okay? Is that clear? No. And this is the measure. طيب, let's move on quickly, inshallah. What are the conditions of intention? Niyyah. First condition of niyyah. When we say conditions, means when does it become valid or when is it accepted from? So the first thing we always going to say is what? First thing, Islam. Islam is a condition for all actions, intention, except specified actions like divorce and marriage. Person doesn't have to be a Muslim to divorce. If he divorced and ordered the divorce, it's a divorce, and so on and so forth. That's okay. But other than that, intention is needed. Niyatul Muslim. Number 2. At-tamyiz. At-tamyiz, we would say sanity and maturity age. Okay, they need an intention. So if a kid that younger than like 7-year-old, they pray without an intention, salah is inshallah valid and accepted from them because they are under the maturity age. Number 3, and knowledge of what you intend to do. Al-ilmu bil-manwi. Knowledge of what you intend to do. Number 4, عدم المنافي بين النية والمنوي. That there is no prevention between the intention and what you intend to do. Number 5, that it's for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. تمام؟ أن تكون خالصة لوجه الله عز وجل. العلم التمييز Islam. التمييز maturity. 3 العلم بالمنوي, that you have knowledge or you know what you're intending to, like you really know what you're saying or what you're doing as an action. عدم المنافي بين النية والمنوي, there is no prevention between nothing preventing the intention and the action that you're intending for. Number 5, that you do it for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. There are some actions that are only for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, so they're very clear that their intention is purified. And there are actions that you need to clarify the intention because they're mixture. Like zakah, we give example for zakah, for example. Is it a sadaqah? Is it a hadiyah? Is it a zakah money? But when it comes to contract, what is more important? The intention or the verbal agreement or the written agreement? Which one you think? Contracts, huh? Written, huh? Anybody else? Well, the ulama, they say, هل العبرة بالمعاني أم العبرة بالمباني? Some ulama says العبرة بالمعاني وليست بالمباني. Some ulama says the point is that most important is the intention itself, not what you said or what you wrote. Because you might have written it in a way that you didn't mean to, like you didn't express yourself correctly. Okay, some other ulama says no, because when you say it, utter it, or when you write it, it's more, it protects the rights more. خلاص, that's more on that part. لكن طبعا we have to differentiate between two things. We have to differentiate between لفظ صريح, a clear. You say, how much is your phone? $1,000. Is this clear or not clear? واضح? Yeah. So very clear. Okay, when a person says, this is in a contract, marriage contract, he says to his wife that his wife is divorced. Is that clear statement or not? Yes? طيب, what if he tells her, go to your parents' house? Now, did he really intend? طبعا, we have to ask him, did you intend to This guy. Huh? Written. But so differentiate between both. If a person says to his wife that you go to your parents' house, that could also mean divorce. But we have to ask him, what was your intention when you said go to your parents' house? Okay? So I'll give you even one that is more clear. What if he says to her, if you leave the house, you are divorced? And she does leave the house. I don't know why sisters do that. Every call I get, my husband says, don't do that, and I did it. Okay, is she divorced or la? Now he used the word clear. La, no, she's not. Go back to the same concept. Al-ibratu bil-ish? Bil-ma'ani. The point here is the meaning, the intention, not what he said or what he wrote. So we ask him, when you said that, honestly, this is between him and Allah. When you said it, you meant that she's really divorced if she leaves? He will tell you what? Wallah, I just wanted to threat her so she wouldn't leave. Now she's divorced or no? No, she's not. Seriously, no, she's not. And it's on him. It's between him and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But we have to differentiate between both points. But if he told her clearly, if he said that she was divorced and he told her clearly, I don't want to say the word because if my wife is online, then it'll be a problem. No, seriously, it will be an issue. So, but be my witness, she's not divorced. Okay, so if he used the word and he says to her clearly, he used the word divorce. If he comes and says, oh, Shaykh, I was angry. Okay, nobody divorced when they're having fun. You have to be angry. And you're not sitting down playing cards, joking and laughing, and then you tell her as foolishness. Sahih? So everybody calls and they say, oh, Shaykh, I divorced my wife when I was angry. I'll tell him, I don't know anybody who divorces his wife when they're happy. Okay, so forget the anger part, because Rasulullah قال لا طلاق في إغلاق. That's a different story. Ighlaq is like when your mind is completely unconscious, that you got to a point where you didn't know that you said the word. So if you tell him, she says, Wallahi, you said it, and he says, and this happened many times, some cases, they come to me and they say, the guy is like, Wallahi, he never said the word divorce. And his wife says, Wallahi, he said. So that means that this person, when he said it, he was too angry that he didn't what? He didn't even know what he said. That's a different story. But if somebody tells you, I know what I said, but I was angry, we tell him, we ask him a question. What did you say? Now, if he told you, I said, get out of my face right now, or else. Now, she understood or else to be what? Divorce. We tell her, don't worry about what you understood. Worry about his niyyah. You understand that point? This is very important. Wallah, I get these calls almost every week. So this is something for you to learn now. It becomes very clear. So in a case of divorce, how are you going to judge the case? Based upon what? A niyyah, intention. Even if the wording is carrying a meaning. But if the wording is an explicit word, I sold you my car for 1,000. Then after that, he's like, no, I didn't mean 1,000. Well, 1,000 is 1,000. That's explicit. You cannot come back and say, well, I actually meant 1,500, but I said 1,000. No. Okay? واضح the difference between both, inshallah? طيب, that's another thing that has to do with intention. يقول الشيخ من عوقب بشيء. لا, this is going to come to us, inshallah. طيب, let's do some things that are related also to intention, inshallah. طيب, so let's talk about what the Ahnaf says about the intention first before the Ahnaf, the Hanafi scholars, when they say intention is not a condition for the action, they mean, Oh, the fans. Can you get the fans, Mr. Ice Cream? مين اللي ما أخذش من عندكم هنا؟ أنت ما أخذتيش؟ بسم الله. أخذت أنتِ؟ طيب الحمد لله. أبو حنيفة رحمه الله تعالى يفرق, he differentiate between two things. He differentiate between the means of the action and the actual action itself. So, for example, tahara is a mean to the action. Okay? So, if you do wudu and you wash the parts of wudu, you're washing the parts for what? For wudu, for salah. So, even if you didn't have an intention, that counts. Why? Because the Quran mentioned the ayah, قال الله عز وجل وإذا قمتم إلى الصلاة فاغسلوا إيش؟ وجوهكم. He says, wash your face, wash your hands. He didn't say, intend to. But then when he comes to tayammum, he says you need an intention. You tell him why. Isn't tayammum like wudu? So what do you guys think? Any Hanafi here wants to fight? I mean, fight the Ahnaf, not me. I'm too weak to fight now. I'm very sick. Huh? كيف ليس معقول معنى؟ Like, and we know what tayammum is. We could actually define it. Tayammum is to hit the ground once or three, and you wash, with dust your hands and then your face. Some opinion, your hands best. So if it's a replacement for wudu, then it should take the same ruling as wudu.
You show clearly that you are replacing the special case.
Well, by doing tayammum, you're showing clearly that you're replacing wudu. Huh?
You have to be aware that there's no water.
كيف يعني؟ اشرح لي كيف. لكن التيمم replacement هو معقول المعنى replacement. ممكن المينينج is not ماشي، لكن هو لا، السبب عنده ليس ذلك. The reason for Abu Hanifa is different. The reason for Abu Hanifa is what? He says, when you make wudu, let's say for example, we need two kinds of tahara when we're purifying ourselves. Minor and major. Minor tahara is by doing what? Wudu. Major, shower, ghusl. Good? So when a person is taking a shower, the performance of a shower is different from the performance of wudu. Correct? Now, if you want to pray and you cannot find water, and you need to make wudu and you can't find water, then you're going to do what? Tayammum. And if you cannot find water to make ghusl, you're also going to do tayammum. Now, the tayammum is one way. So to differentiate between the use of tayammum upon which tahara needs an intention. Because if you hit your hands, do your face, your arms, somebody's going to ask you, is this wudu a replacement for wudu or a replacement for ghusl? Well, both of them, the replacement is one. So to differentiate between that action, you need what? An intention now. So he differentiated in that way, one. So the first reason he does that in actions, he says, if the action itself is meant for itself, and there is a specified action in the Quran or Sunnah, like salah, like tahara, okay? But zakah, he will say no. Why? Because zakah has different forms. So when you're making wudu, you're making wudu. So to Abu Hanifa, wudu is a mean, is a tool. So the Quran says, he didn't mention the intention, that's his first reasoning. Okay. Number two, when the man was making salah, the Prophet ﷺ, he taught him how to make salah, and he didn't tell him intention. The main salah hadith al-musi'u salat, or the person who salah was not appropriate, and he told him to fix it. Number three, he says, if it's a mean to the action, not the action itself, a mean to it, then you don't need an intention, because the mean to something is what is meant to be. Okay, you only did this to get there. You drove from here on the 5 to get to LA, not to get somewhere else. So if you're taking this route, you don't need an intention. But if the action itself is not specified, like zakah, giving money could be for what reason? Bismillah. You could get, for what reason you're giving? You're paying debt. Buying something. Gift. Somebody want to give me a gift? Bismillah. That's the first thing I'll take today. Dua. Hadiyah. What else? Sadaqah. Zakah. You give him money because you want to lose money. Foolishness. Safih. He gives money. All these 5-6 people, they did what? They gave money. Now, how do I differentiate between who gave what? Has to go back to intention. Is that clear? Yes. You could cover all your body with water. That will include, because you have the intention of wudu in it. So you don't have to do every part. But some madhahib, they will say just your hands has to go through the parts of wudu. Even if it's not an order, just which we do in shower. Yes. So according to us, if we jump in a swimming pool without an intention, and you are impure, your salah is what? Invalid. According to Ammar Shahin, salah will be valid. Why? Because he did cover the parts of wudu by jumping into the swimming pool. Because wudu in itself is a mean to the action. Is that clear now? You have to understand how scholars, forms their opinion. You cannot just come and say, I don't like this guy, Abu Hanifa, khalas, I'm not gonna. It's not what you like. You have to understand these scholars were not taking the deen lightly. He didn't say, wudu is not important, let's just jump into the pool and no. He had something behind it. This is knowledge. He studied, and based upon what he has is his opinion. It is against the majority, fine. No issue at all. So what you follow is fine.
What if I die with my leg, like I can opposite to the wudu?
Fine, because the order in wudu, because the order, fine, because the order of wudu is not an obligation upon the most. لا. سنة. أو واجب على الأقل مش ركن. Or wajib. Obligation, not pillars. Okay, to do in order. هنا بقى الواو هتأتي مشكلة بقى. الواو هذه مشكلة كبيرة. فاغسلوا وجوهكم وأيديكم إلى المرافق وامسحوا برؤوسكم وأرجلكم إلى الكعبين. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, wash your face and your arms to the elbow and wipe over your head and wash your feet. The and in Arabic means order and also means no order. If I say, names are easy to remember right now in my head. I don't want to call you John or anything. Hazim, Justin. If I say Hazim and Justin came to the masjid, who came first?
It could be both came at the same time.
Perfect. It could be both at the same time. It could be Hazim came first and then Justin because of the order of the sentence. It could be Justin came and then Hazim, correct? So even in English, it carries all meaning. So now, the tartib here is the order here. Well, the sunnah defines it. So that's why it's put into a different level. All that. Yes?
Before you said that we don't need an intention for things we're commanded to leave.
Huh? Yeah.
So can we think of what's a way that we're doing what's to leave impurity?
No. To remove impurity, not to leave impurity. No. Yes. Off topic? لا off topic لا. خلينا in topic. In topic is better. All your body wet. Yes. Another thing that we need to do an intention for, the sister asks, so as far as the prayer and switching of the niyyah, what should a person do at this point? They should leave the salah and rejoin the salah. If the person changes their intention during the salah, then they should leave the salah and re-enter the salah. Because intention, or keeping his first intention and redoing the salah. And if he came in to pray Asr, with the Imam, he's praying Asr, and he intend to pray Asr, that's what he thought of. Then he remembered he didn't pray Dhuhr. What should this person do? He has two options. Leave the Salah and re-enter with the intention, a new intention, or continue on the intention of Asr, and when he's done, he should do what? Did you get one yet? Bismillah. You got one? How? Everybody got one? Bismillah, yallah, wala him. Okay. Now this is for the sisters who didn't come. Khalas, good luck. What should he? Okay, let me ask somebody who didn't get it. Bismillah. What should he do? Yeah. Pray Dhuhr again afterward. What should he do? What was the question? No problem. The question is if he joined with an intention of Asr. This person joined with an intention of Asr, okay? And then he figured out, he remembered after Allahu Akbar that he didn't pray Dhuhr. Okay? And he wants to continue upon his intention of Asr. What should he do? Okay? Anybody else has an answer? Yeah.
I would just do the simplest, which is break your prayer.
I'm giving you the case that he wants to continue. Yes. خذ يا عم ولا تزعل يلا بسم الله. Your first No. He has to pray Dhuhr and then he has to do Asr again because of the order. Salah has an order. The order of Salah is what? Dhuhr, then Asr. Not Asr. This is not like wudu now. We cannot say like wudu, you could do one. La. Dhuhr and Asr. Then he has to do Dhuhr and Asr. Okay. No. Because he said even if he comes for Isha now, and he prays Isha with the Imam and he didn't pray Maghrib, and he wants to pray it as Isha now, he intended Isha. He has the intention of Isha. What should he do? He should pray Isha 4 rak'ah, then he should pray Maghrib, and then he should pray Isha again because of the order. Tartib. Sunnah. Nafila. ويأخذ أجر الجماعة. He'll get the reward of Jama'ah, but then his salah, he's still obligated to do Maghrib and Isha, his own salah. لا خلاص, it's a sunnah counted for him. Even if he intended as obligatory, it doesn't count as obligatory because the order is still not counted. It is counted for sunnah for him. Okay. This issue is very important, and I hope inshallah we have time to cover it. So please just give me some time to finish that one, inshallah. Now.
Sometimes, like in Hanafi, I guess, you are at the intention of the Imam. So if the Imam is praying, follow using prayer column. But you cannot pray like behind someone if he's praying Nafil or Sunnah,
No.
and you can join him
And pray for it. Sahih.
But I think it's different in
Yes.
So how
Per-
does it work?
You follow your madhab in that case. Follow your madhab in that case, because even though it's correct, I'll tell you why the other madhab are more correct. No. We never do that. No. Not that we want to defend our madhab. No. When Mu'adh radiallahu anhu ardah, in the famous hadith, Mu'adh used to pray with Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam Isha. And then he would go to his village or his town and he would lead Isha again. Now, when he prayed with the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, what did he pray? Al-wajib, the obligatory. When he went back to his town or to his little village or his upper part of the tribe, he led Salatul Isha so people could pray with him. Now, those people who waited for him to come from Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam's masjid, they were praying what? Fard. Mu'adh was praying what? كيف العكس؟
What if he was praying?
لا كيف يصلي he prayed with Rasulullah صلى الله عليه وسلم النافلة. He prayed with Rasulullah صلى الله عليه وسلم. He should get the reward of جماعة لأنه the first salah is the حسب أجر الجماعة لكن قضى الفرض. He did his فرض. لا. I'll tell you why he did his fard. Because when you establish your salah at the beginning of time, the first salah is your fard salah. If you pray anything after that is nafila. حتى لو هي intention, the first salah fulfills the fard. يعني the question is, if Mu'adh radiallahu anhu died before reaching his town, he prayed Isha or not? How if he prayed the nafil? فكان مع النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم الفرض يقضي الفريضة. He used to pray the فريضة ويصلي مع أهله النافلة. He used to pray it as a nafila with his people. So he was the imam of the. This is how the Ahnaf interpret that's why they have their interpretation on that. Let me finish that part. I can now. I have to finish this part because we want to close the intention part. That took so long. Okay. اللفظ على نية اللافظ إلا الحلف فإنه على نية المستحلف. I know this one is a little interesting. اللفظ, an utter statement, اللفظ على نية اللافظ. It's based upon the person uttering. Okay? Except swearing. Swearing is upon the intention of a person who's asking you to swear. So go back one step. If a person says, طبعا we're not talking about swearing between you and Allah. Leave that on the side. I'll get to that inshallah. Okay? Hold on. If a person says, لا مش الحلف إلا الحلف هذا على الله هذا بينك وبين الله. If a person said, again, let's get to the divorce part because that's a little interesting. Okay, not the uqud is if a person says, you should, she says to him, divorce me. You know how? Yeah, all sisters are not married. They don't know that. You'll get married one day. You're married? Yeah, none of us married yet. But when a woman gets very angry, the first thing she says is what? Divorce me, divorce, divorce. Then he says, get out of my face. Now, the statement here is clear or unclear? Huh? اللفظ غير واضح. You could carry it on both, yeah? We're actually buying a chair that's a little higher so I could see you guys now. I need you awake, that's it. That's all I'm saying. So now, is his wife divorced or not? Mr. Huh? No, his wife's not divorced. What do you think? No, it's knowledge. What do you mean? Even if you don't know. His wife is what? Aywa. We have to say, al-lafz, the order here has to go back to the intention of a person who said it. If the wife says, I know he wanted to divorce me when he said that, we say it's not based upon what you think or what your intention is. It's based upon what he said and what he intended. طيب. If a person swears for other than other person forcing him to swear or causing him to swear, like he says, Wallahi, I'm not going to eat meat for 3 days. Astaghfirullah. I needed to say that because I forgot to say he said. So I was saying it myself. That's why I followed it. La ilaha illallah. Okay? Now, this person, he swore between him and what? Yalla, bismillah. He swore between him and what? And Allah. What? Between him and Allah. What do you mean himself? Between him and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Himself and Allah. Okay? Now, I will come and say, brother, Jazakallah khair. When you said meat, you also meant fish? Now, this is serious. I'm not joking. This is not a joke. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَهُوَ الَّذِي سَخَّرَ الْبَحْرَ لِتَأْكُلُوا مِنْهُ لَحْمًا طَرِيًّا. He used the word lahm to describe the food of the sea. What comes out of the sea is what? Fish. Allah called it lahm. Lahm means what? Meat. So when this person said, Wallah, I'm not going to eat meat, did he intend that this also include fish? This is a serious matter. We might joke about it, but this is a serious matter. He says, no, man, I meant meat like beef. Red meat. So fish is not included. Okay? But if his custom is that he actually meant fish too, and he used the word meat, then he breaks the kaffara, he breaks the swear by doing kaffara. So that goes back to his intention. Again, because it's between him what? And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Is that clear now? Now, another case. A person goes to the judge. Okay? A person goes to the judge. He says, this person owed me $500. He never gave it back. That guy said, Wallahi, I gave it back. This person says, you should, so his swear now is based upon whose intention? The other guy's intention, the other guy's statement. Because he could mean, Wallahi, I gave it back, and this could mean what? Something else. Or it could mean that he gave part of it. Or it could mean that he gave him different, okay? Understand? Now, I gave you $500. We went to Umrah, you gave me 500 riyal. So we go to the judge. The judge says, okay, you swear. You say, Wallahi, I gave him 500. Okay? The guy says, Wallahi, he gave me 500 riyal. Now, how could we judge between them? Based upon intention or no? أيوة على المستحلف وليس الحالف. The judge will take this. Why? Because the right here is for this person. He has the right. What if he's also false and خلاص, it's between him and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But mostly a person who's receiving the right deserves to take upon his swear, not the intention of the other person. And that's why a lot of people, they would not make their swear clear. Wallah, I gave it to him. What he meant is what? Could be a penny. I gave it to him. What did you give to him? So when he says, La, swear to me that you gave me $500, what should you say? Huh? What should you say? ايوه ما بقول لك هو كيس اهو قول لي okay what should you say back ايوه okay now I'm saying swear that you gave me $500 what should you say I swear I gave you 500 dollars you shouldn't say well, Allah knows what's in my heart when I say لا because the intention here is not based upon your heart. It's based upon the swear itself. So اللفظ في علانية اللافظ إلا في الحلف except in swearing in case of judgments especially خصومات when there's a dispute النية للمستحلف and that's why a lot of time people do that they just fool around with the swear they're like wallah I gave it to him wallah I told him wallahi, I saw this, and he doesn't. Where are you been? Here? Okay. No, not here. But here, huh? No. Should be here, inshallah.
What about
اللغو لكن اللغو between you and Allah هذا بينك وبين Allah it has to do with the intention of the person and why it's between him and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala anything between you and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala it's your judgment you know your intention more so any statement that a person's okay مثلا okay take this bismillah I can't throw because my arm is take this now I need $500 what's the problem here there is no agreement. That's a different story. No agreement.
Well, you didn't tell him that.
Huh?
You didn't make the intention clear.
I didn't make the intention clear?
Clear when you gave it to him.
He didn't make the intention. Which one of us should make the intention now?
Well, you initiate. So if you initiate something.
I intend to give him. Okay. Bismillah, khuda طارق. Okay, here you go. $500. No, seriously. No, I'm serious right now. This is fiqh right now. This is not a joke. I'm talking. Let's apply the legal maxim rules. Okay, we're not playing around with the rule. Huh? There is no agreement. Okay, one. Huh? Aywa. Take this is problematic because take this as a gift. Take it as a buy and sell. Take it as borrowing, you're borrowing it. صح? Now, the intention goes upon what? You're the giver. A statement. He has the right now, because we're in the same gathering, to say what? No, thank you, I don't want it for $500. Now, if he leaves, I say, take this. It could mean both. But now, if he initiates to leave, if he leaves the masjid, Khalas, we both agree on it. That it's what? I cannot come back and say my intention was that I was selling it to him for $500, but I didn't tell him. La, the judge would not take that. So, do you differentiate between both cases now? That's why I told you this class is the most beneficial, because if you study these legal maxims, there are only 5. You study them, you become a faqih without knowing fiqh. Seriously, because it's easy. Not طبعا you become a faqih like automatically. You know what I mean? With other things. But is that clear, inshallah? Yes. Same gathering, you give it back. You give it back, huh? لا خدها خلاص 500 is not. يبقى النية على النية اللفظ. Let's do this statement again. اللفظ على نية اللافظ إلا الحلف فإنه على نية المستحلف. So if anybody ever asks you for a case Okay, especially, okay, the most important now is the case of divorce, because this is the biggest problems that we have in our life, and it destroys houses. If a person tells you, I told my wife, if you take the car and leave, you are divorced. Now, let's use what we said today. What is the case? What should you judge? What is your judgment? Number one, we ask him for his niyyah. Clear. Even though the statement is what? It carries a divorce. If he told her, if she was leaving and he told her, go and she's divorced, what's the rule here? She's divorced, because this is what? An explicit statement that needs no intention. That's what Rasulullah ﷺ says. There is no joking in marriage or divorce. No joking. You can't say, oh, I was joking with her. Divorce. طيب. If he tells you, my intention was that I didn't tahdeed. I wanted to threaten her to not take the car at night and to leave by herself, but I never meant to divorce her. And niyatu, intention is for him now. So we judge him based upon what? The intention. She cannot say, well, I know what he meant. La. La. And he has to say what he meant. No. طيب. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Any question now? Yes, it's Tuesday and Thursday, inshallah. Every Tuesday and Thursday. Jazakumullah khair. I was decided to take this class. Jazakumullah khair can be completed before the summer. Inshallah, the class will. Adib, where are you at? We need you here. What do you mean completed before the summer? Any question? A Risala class is pushed out. We are doing the legal maxims first before, so we could finish it, inshallah, because I was sick and there's no time to do a Risala. We'll do legal maxims and then we'll do Risala maybe when we come back, inshallah, from the summer break. Now, go ahead. Faddal. If you did what? Aywa. So now again, for the khatib, if he does two khutbah, that's problematic already for the Malikiyah, because that's an issue. But if he does two khutbah, خلاص, which one is his khutbah, which one is his sunnah, which one is his fard? The first one is his fard, لأنه it fulfills the obligation. The second one is what? We cannot say as a sunnah in Maliki madhab, but we'll just leave it like that. The first one is the obligation, so he should lead the first one. He should lead, the imam should lead the first one, and maybe let somebody else lead the second one from the people who comes to the second one, inshallah. No salah is valid after the iqamah is called? Yeah, no salah for the people. Like you shouldn't initiate a salah when the iqamah is called. Like to start a sunnah.
So because when we're talking about the imam who goes back and pray to people.
No, that's different. That's different. We're talking about, let's say, Isha right now. If he's going to make iqamah and somebody says, oh, I didn't pray sunnah to Isha, there is no sunnah. You cannot initiate a salah when there's iqamah. That's the meaning of the hadith. Uh-huh.
So no salah is valid.
But what?
The part, when he was praying the Isha,
Uh-huh.
the iqamah was called for the Isha.
Yes. He prayed Isha, then he left.
Exactly. So then that means that the first salah was the Isha.
Yes. But his other salah is a sunnah. Yes. Last question. One second. Last question. 1 second, Brother Sultan. We already said this yesterday. And I already said I don't want problems during the subhanallah. We already said this. I know I have a time too, Allah. I have a time too. No. Huh? Yes, you can, unless it's an impurity. Major impurity is a different. We'll discuss it inshallah in a different class. جزاكم الله خيرا سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك اشهد ان لا اله الا انت استغفرك واتوب اليك